Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you would be fine. This is Sidra representing MSK Linguistics Center from Pakistan, Karachi. Being a moderator, proprietor, plus EFL and IELTS instructor, it's my honor to have a very special guest from Mexico, Gabriela Andrade. She is a qualified trainer of socio-emotional skills. It's our pleasure to discuss about really relevant topic as per her expertise or qualifications, having bachelor's degree in law and master's in English, socio-emotional skills and resilience in Mexican high school students. This topic is going to be really fruitful to all of you, especially if you are an educator or if you are a learner, it's really beneficial to you. If you are a student, you can get an idea to have information relevant to it, as it's a hot trending topic as per today's circumstances relevant to number of institutions. So let's be connected.
Sorry, I had some connection issues.
Yeah, I got it. It's okay. Warm
Hello?
welcome to you. How are you?
Sorry. I'm really excited of being here. Thank you. I'm so thankful.
Yeah, it's
Of
also
being
our
here with
pleasure to
you.
have
Thank you
you
so much.
for
And how are
relevant topics.
you?
I am fine. Okay, dear, could you please introduce yourself to our audience?
I'm so happy to know that. Yes, for sure.
Please introduce
Hi,
yourself.
everyone. Nice to meet you. I'm Mexican. I'm Gabriela Andrade. I, yes, I am Gabriela Andrade. I am Mexican. Nice to meet you all. I'm so happy to be here. I'm an English teacher. I have a master's degree in innovative education. Also, I have a degree in law. I used to be a lawyer before, and I have a degree in English teaching as a second language. So yes, I have a um, different professions, but my favorite, honestly, my heart is with teaching.
It's really interesting. First of all, I'm really curious about getting to know as you converted your idea being a lawyer to a teacher. Could you please just let us know that which thing really inspired you to be an English teacher rather than a lawyer?
Yes, well, it was back then, 2016, more or less, and I was working at a prosecutor office. I was working with criminals, My connection is not working right now.
It's
Well,
okay.
I was saying that I was working at the prosecutor office. I was working with, oh, thank you, thank you. I was working with criminals, and then I realized they all mostly have something in common that they like of education. Whenever I was asking them, like, hey, did you go to university? They said no, like I barely finished my elementary school or didn't even finish that one. So I started to realize it was like a common thing. They weren't going to school, and I was worried about that. Then I realized I would love to be in education to prevent, like education is a prevention of something, of society committing crime. I was trying to help them before committing crime, and I'm not saying this about there specifically, but in society, like I would like to provide tools in order to avoid criminal life. So this is why I started to think about education. And then my dad was who told me like you could be a teacher. My parents were teachers before, and I said, oh yes, I can be a teacher. He told me, you know English well, so you can try to teach English. So I went to an interview, and they said like, okay, you got it, you got the job, but you just need to get prepared because we need you to have like this bachelor in teaching education. So I was working on that, and I was there in front of my students like as a lawyer, but with all the intention to help them. And the students do feel when you trust them, when you're there to help, and they respond like that. Like, I feel I can trust you, I feel you're here to help me, I can feel, I can understand you care about me as a student, and they started to respond. So then I had the opportunity. I was chosen like with another group of teachers to get a scholarship to go to Canada. It was a Canada and Mexican embassy collaborative program, and they said you can get this bachelor with experience and getting this workshop, this Canadian program. So we were taking online classes with a college in there, Lambton College. We were taking classes, and it was so interesting. Honestly, I realized this is it. This is my place. I could feel that. I could feel this is what I want to do like the rest of my life, teaching students, working with them, getting ready to prepare the lesson plans, getting, really into it, like taking it really seriously. And I'm not saying that it wasn't serious before, but I was a liar. So now when I was practicing and learning and I got this bachelor, I realized, okay, what's next? Now I want to help them more. What can I do? And then I decided to study a master's in innovative education. And since day zero, I realized I want to work with social emotional skills for my students because I knew they were really intelligent, but they were in a really vulnerable situation. I was working back then with really vulnerable context. They're they were struggling a lot. They were struggling with violence. They were struggling with really hard financial situations. So they were thinking about that, and they weren't thinking about their future. That's the first moment when I realized I need to help them because, as an English teacher, I was teaching, I think I remember it was simple future and idiomatic future. And I asked someone like, hey, what do you want to be in the future? And they were like, I don't know, and I don't care, teacher. Why are you asking me that? Like, guys, you are in fifth semester. You need to know what are you going to do, what are you going to be after this level. And they said, like, I have no idea, teacher. So I started to work, and I remember it with the vision board. I said, like, okay, let's bring to the classroom newspaper, magazines, and let's create our vision board. How do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years, and 15 years? And they were smiling, they were trying, they were asking, hey teacher, how do you say this? Hey teacher, how do you say this? Hey teacher, is this correct? Can I do this? Can I do that? And they were so involved in the activity. And I said, okay, this is it. This is it. I will try to set their goals. And now that you have a purpose, how are you going to get to that point? So that was the first moment. But then COVID-19 pandemic started.
That's
And
really great.
we were all in a really, really hard position. Me as a teacher, yes. And of course them. And I was really worried about them because at the very beginning, we were creating Google Classroom, communicating via WhatsApp, but it wasn't like, we were adapting, right? And they were sending me messages like, teacher, I need your help. I remember one student sent me a message like, teacher, how can you help me with this? I'm feeling extremely sad and I don't know what to do. And I remember I was like, I'm getting ready to help you. I'm honestly have the intention to help you, but I don't know if I can be really, really helpful. So I talked to the psychology office there in my school, but everything was so insane. Then our classes regulated online, and I started to work with them online again. It's like linking the assessment, the academic skills, and the soft skills, and learning social emotional skills. I was creating, like, okay, for example, with vision board I used futures. Now what I'm going to do with conditionals, or present perfect, past perfect, and to make them understand that there's something else more than whatever they are suffering right now. So we made a lot of activities. We made a lot of work, and fortunately, I had everything um, saved in my drive, because everything was recorded, and I was able to go back and how to observe, really, because I was teaching, but then I was observing and taking notes about how they were increasing their self-esteem, their self-awareness, and they were trying to, hey teacher, I want to ask you a question, but I don't know if I'm correct. I don't worry, just ask. We're here to learn. And mistakes are correct. We are all safe, and here this is a safe environment, even if it was online. They felt safe to participate, to collaborate. And it was really interesting that even though we were online, fully online at the beginning, they were able to improve. Of course, it was kind of hard, but I do rescue the positive things of it. I had all this evidence, and I was able to go back and to observe, and actually to go back again and what did he say again, in order to analyze what was happening to them. So
Really
yes,
inspiring.
it was a really interesting story,
Nice to hear
and I think we all enjoyed. Yes, honestly, that was a yeah, it was awesome. Honestly, it was awesome. I'm so happy I had the opportunity to work with them.
that. So, okay, let's move to our relevant topic, socio-emotional skills and resilience in Mexican high school students. I have designed few questions if you allow me. So, shall I ask you? Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Ask.
First question is, what some surprising insights you have discovered about socio-emotional skills in Mexican high schools? As it's already mentioned, you previously mentioned relevant to it. But what would you like to talk more about relevant to this?
Yeah. Well, first, the most surprising insight I've got, they're specifically speaking skills. They were practicing more because they felt so confident, and they felt so in a safe environment. So they started to practice more speaking. And that's really important, at least in here in Mexico, because that's the hardest skill to improve, because we do not have a lot of opportunity to practice, right? We do not have another, for example, native speaker, so we can talk with, and they were really trying, and they improved a lot. They were practicing, they were helping each other, but in a really respectful way. Like, oh no, remember that the teacher said this goes first because this and that, but really respectful. And that was really interesting because at the beginning, the context is so hard. I was working with a group of mainly conformed by young men. In my teenage years, they were like 95% men, and it wasn't like something I did on purpose. It just happened to be like that because these students were studying automotive maintenance. So maybe they understand it's something just for men, and they were really violent. Their dynamic was like really aggressive, but since the beginning I said, like, if you are going to say something to someone, it must be respectful. If not, please save
Yes.
your comments to yourself. And they started to improve their respect to each other. That was really hard to them because they were used to they are even in a friendly situation, they are always insulting each other. So I had a really hard beginning when we were face to face before a pandemic, like, please respect each other. So they started, okay teacher, okay, and they were sharing, but now they were in another point, like, now I'm not insulting you, I'm helping you and helping me, and we are together increasing our development, especially more specifically in speaking skills. So that was really, really important, and I really would like to finish with that again. It's so hard to find someone to practice with, but they found they have each other and they make this connection, and it was really awesome. Honestly, I think that this was it. It was shocking for me, like, wow, speaking, and it was really interesting, honestly.
Yeah, it is. As you know that from age 8 to 15, the children are at the age or at that duration that they develop their minds are developed. So what are some strategies to just cope up with that, because that is the duration to establish them as per the future.
Um, yeah, sorry, could you repeat again the last part?
Yeah, I am talking about some strategic ideas to establish their minds relevant to future so it could impact for positive results or outcomes.
Yes, well, they, I don't want to generalize, like saying all Mexican high school students, it's the same, but we really do have same context. And the community where this school is, it's kind of conflictive. They are struggling with financial situations. So I needed first to set
Yeah.
the rules. Like, these are the rules. You have to respect each other. You have to talk to each other. If you have any question, I'm here. Ask me, but respectfully. I think that the first thing I talked about, it was about respect. And in order to have them learning intentionally this goal, I said, I respect you. You have all my respect. I am waiting you to respect me and respond, and so when they said, okay, the teacher is truly respecting us and she's saying the things with respect, we will respect her and we will respect each other. So with that said, it was easier to get their attention and to understand. Like, I think that modeling is also a way of teaching. So respecting them, like, oh, I'm sorry, could you please repeat it again? But really respectfully. And they were really observing that even online. Like, okay, this might be correct in another situation, but in this topic, the rules are different because of this and because of that, but this was correct. I mean, I was trying to say something really kind before in their feedback, and then they was like, oh, okay, I'm not that bad. And honestly, that positive feedback works awesome too. They are improving
Yeah,
everything and
it
they
is.
are learning, but they are like, teacher, I think I'm wrong. No, you're not wrong. You are okay. You're welcome.
Yeah, first of all, we just have to be familiar with their interest, and we have to ask them the questions relevant to their experience or their personal environment to get to know. Then we just have to design some activities accordingly. As you know that students are not equal. Some are really hyper and some are really emotional, and they get started they just started crying. That's why it's really challengeable to just cope up with positive attitude. So I believe that parents should be involved in this. Now there should be a collaboration, a strong or mutual collaboration between parents and the teacher sometimes if it is needed. Otherwise, educators should be really creative to have positive attitude for the best outcome.
Yes. Talking about collaborating with parents
Can you hear
in
me?
these cases specifically,
I think internet
yes, can you
issues
hear me?
your side. Yeah, I can hear you right now.
Yes, it's, I don't know why. Oh, perfect.
Hmm.
Can I
It's all about
continue?
creativity. It's all about dynamic strategies for positive change.
Yes, I tried to link the academic assessment with explicit social emotional instruction. And in this case specifically, I am where I was doing my research for master's degree. I think that parents were in there mostly, some of them actually were with them. Like whenever we had our camera on, their parents were behind them cooking or working, and they were listening to the class. Actually, some students told me like, teacher, my mother is missing your classes. She said she was learning English with you. Can you hear me? Hello? Oh, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think there is internet issue. It's terrible.
Yes. I know. Oh, well, perfect timing, right?
Yeah. So let's
Do you want
move
me to
another
continue?
question. Yeah,
Okay.
we may with another question that is there
Mhm.
any story about any of the students who leverage socio-emotional skills to cope up with challenges and obtain his or her goal?
Yes. Yes, I have her because it's a girl. I have her
Hmm.
in mind actually right now. I was her teacher since first semester. And I remember I was teaching her because I am a lawyer, I was teaching her social sciences, I was teaching her
Hmm.
English, and I was also her tutor. So she was, that group was really living with me almost because we were seeing each other every single day of the week, more than 2 hours. So I remember I was checking assistance, and then she stood up and she came with me with a little paper and she gave it to me and she said, teacher, I have this letter for you. And I thought it was something about parents, like, hey, teacher, I will take my daughter outside for, I don't know, 30 minutes. I thought it was something like that. And I was opening it, and she said, no, do not open it now, please, teacher. Open it later when you leave this classroom. And I said, okay. So I saved it in my wallet, I remember. And then I went to teacher staff office and I was opening it. It was a really hard letter. She was telling me her background story. She lost her mom when she was younger, and she was living with her dad. But her dad was working a lot. Her dad was working in construction, so he was barely ever with her, and she was feeling really lonely. And I remember she said she wrote something like, "Teacher, no one ever asked me after school, how was your day?" That simple thing. I've never heard that. No one ever asked me that. And I remember she added something pretty serious, and I'm not going to mention it because I do respect the confidence. But it was a really hard background. And
Please
I
share.
remember I was worried. Yes, it was a really hard story. And I remember I talked to her and like, hey, I'm really grateful. I really appreciate that you trust me this. How can I help you? Because I was like, how can I help in this situation? And she said, teacher, you're helping me just by teaching me just with the enthusiasm you do. But I do think I need to go to the psychology office here in the school. Of course, I did everything that I had to in order to get her getting that attention. And then I was always trying to make her participate even more, like, hey, I know that you know the answer. Come on, say something, whatever is in your mind. And she was like, oh, this? At the very beginning, she was like, okay. But then she started to adapt and she started to share. She was really confident. I was working with strategies with Socio-Emotional. And then she was the best, one of the best students of my group, in that group specifically, and she was learning a lot. Then I thought, this is it, she will make it. She's one of the smartest girls in this group. She wants to go to university, she wants to be a professional. I remember she told me she wants to be a lawyer. And it was a really awesome thing. And then I stopped being their teacher. I remember I talked to the new teacher and I said, like, hey, please take care of them. Take care of them. I was really connected with this group. And she's like, okay, don't worry, I will take care of them. And then I've heard that she lost her dad the last semester. And she stopped going to school. And I was really worried about her because this was a really hard thing. I knew because she trusted me that she was living with her dad only. And I thought, I'm so worried, but I want to see her, to talk to her. Like, hey, you're not alone. You have your teachers, you have your school, you have your schoolmates, you have your friends. You're not alone. And then she came back, and I remember when I saw her, it was just a look, honestly. But I looked at her, and I was really proud that even though she was going through a lot, she was there trying. And I remember this. It's a quote from Nelson Mandela, like, do not judge me by my success, judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again.
Yeah.
And I think that she's like the most important example I can think about right now about resilience. And she is there, she's just finishing her high school this year. And honestly, I think that resilience, improving their resilience will be awesome for them.
It's all about motivation to encourage them to be friendly, despite of being a very professional teacher. There should be emotional touch as well, no, to just get to know the circumstances which they faced or they are facing. When we are familiar with that, then we could just cope up with that positively. for good results, to just take positive steps relevant to it, to be innovative in a smooth way.
Yes, exactly. Totally agree. I think motivation is really important.
Okay, so we have to move forward. A next question. It's what role does resilience play in academic success, and how can educators promote drive positive results?
Can you repeat it, please? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. Could you please repeat the
Yeah,
question? I
sure.
didn't listen.
Okay, it's all
Thank you.
about the role of resilience in academic success, and educators promoting to drive positive change for good results or outcome.
Yeah, well, I think that firstly, we need to model how to be resilient and empathetic with them. I strongly believe that they are learning even of the things we think they are not learning, like our attitude, how we are with them, how are we treating them. I think that the first thing to do as a teacher is modeling. Like I could even explain like, hey guys, I had this situation the other week and I was able to solve it by this and this. And I was trying to and other circumstances, I was trying to add those kind of stories in classroom so they can ask questions and think and reflect about that, analyze, okay, how can I solve a problem? How can I be how can I be motivated and maintain motivated like for certain amount of time? So I think that firstly, the teacher role, like modeling, is really important. And actually, talking about how to promote resilience, I think that they can improve even with empathy and motivation. You can you can set your goals and you can try to get to them, but just respect each other. And I think that this makes linking everything, assessment, English goals, learning strategies, and helping them, providing them with tools, not only academic, but also emotional, soft skills, they can improve their resilience. Knowing that yes, sometimes life or there's context or their situation or the country situation could be hard, but you have a goal. Just try to get it, but being kind with each other and trying to fight for it because you deserve it. You deserve what you want to get. So I think that that's the key. Yes, I hope I answered your question like correctly, but I think that's how I think. That's what I believe.
Hmm, okay, appreciated. So, what would you like to say about human rights or gender bias, to just make them prepare as per their future, as they are a future stars? So, these are the educators to just make them polish for betterment.
Well, yes, I think that first we need to fight against stereotypes. I will talk about my country context. We are suffering a lot of violence against women, and stereotypes are always there. Like, why are you? I remember one student asked me, like, "Why, teacher, why are you here? Like, wouldn't you prefer to be, at home, taking care of your family?" And I said, "Why would you think that? I'm totally capable of
Really?
do everything." Yes, yes, honestly, that happened. And they were asking that, and then we have a lot of situation like that. They are asking, but I do believe that if I'm there in front of them, they are asking themselves questions like, you are a woman, but you are a teacher, but you are a lawyer, but you have a master's degree. And my girl students specifically, they're like, oh, I can do that. She has a family. I'm a single mom. She has a family. She's a single mom. She's suffering violence because being a single mom in Mexico is really hard, honestly, but she's here and she's teaching us and she's motivating us. So my girl students are like, teacher, I do recognize that you are fighting to being here in front of us. And my guys students, they are like, oh, you can do this and you can do that, and we can understand and we can grow up all together, man and woman. But we need
Indeed.
to stop thinking, yeah, girls and women are for the kitchen and the kids and the job, and guys are for, studying and engineering or something. And no, it's not like that. We all can do that and we all can work together and we have the same rights. So I think that understanding, I think I lost again. Oh yes, I'm back, right? They are open to understand. Oh, there's another possibility. With we are equal, and we can do the same, and we can perfectly fit with each other and co-work and collaborate because we are the
Yeah.
same. I'm not more than you in this. You are not more than me in this other thing. We are
Mm.
equal, and we can find and
There should be
recognizing that
equity.
it's like they are improving their collective responsibility and equality. Yes.
Hmm. There should be equity. We just have to balance it in the classroom relevant to this issue. Human rights or
Yes, exactly.
gender bias, especially, no? So they could be familiar with their rights or their attitudes or
Yes, and empathy, communication.
develop some skills to just polish themselves professionally.
Yes, exactly. I do think that that's the key point. Like to promote gender equality, fighting on
Hmm.
against stereotypes, working with their empathy, with their communication skills, because that's important. Hey, I'm feeling offended because you're saying because I'm a woman, I should, I don't know, bake cookies. I cannot do that, but I can do this and this and this. Yes, I think that's the key point of the situation. Working with them, firstly with stereotypes and with modeling tolerance.
Hmm. I think giving them space for sharing their personal beliefs or ideas and having debates that would really work for them.
Yes, totally. Yes, they will improve their respect, and yeah, I think that we are having a lot of problems with communication right now. It's even though we are communicating with each other, sorry, I'm here. I'm back.
It's okay. Okay. So where were we? Discussing
We
something.
have been suffering a lot.
Human rights and gender bias. Okay, so finally, what message would you like to give to our
Sorry,
audience
what?
relevant to our topic?
Oh, well, that's a really interesting question. I think that I am always defending tolerance and respect. I think that we are the awesome thing of having internet and connection and communicating from different countries so far away from each other. It's we we should co-work just like you're doing with your podcast in order to share our experiences. In my case, my Mexican experience and other experiences from different parts of the world, in order to increase the future, increase our future people confidence, resilience to, like, I don't know what are you going to find out in the future. There must be a lot of problems, but this the, you are the one who can motivate yourself to continue moving forward and
Hmm.
sorry, we don't know anything about the future, but if you can improve yourself, you can do whatever you want. Like, your dreams are achievable if you trust in you. So I think that's how I would like to end.
That's great. Very motivational or encourageable message you have given, and the insights you have shared. Despite of having terrible internet connection,
I
you have
know.
tried your level best. It's really appreciable.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate the invitation too. And it was really nice to meet you.
Thanks for your patience.
No, thanks you.
Okay, dear. If you would like to share your expertise or if there is any open call to any of the services which you provide, you may at the end of our conversation.
Thank you. Yes, if you want to collaborate, like, I'm always working on this now. My future project is to promote more gender equality in Mexican schools because I was working, unfortunately, with mostly a men group. Now I want to improve with my girl students. I did recognize that they were kind of more vulnerable because we're suffering violence here in Mexico, unfortunately. So I want to help my girl students. So if you want to collaborate, like, to share ideas, share some experiences, share some tools or strategies, I am really open to that. You can find me on LinkedIn as Gabriela Andrade. My email is gabriela11467 gmail.com. So yeah, if you want to collaborate, I'm pretty open to that.
Is there any message for the students?
Oh yes, I miss you. Now I'm not working with high school currently. I am only working with kids. But I did recognize their effort. I'm always missing them. I miss you guys. I miss you a lot. They told me they miss me too. I will go back, I hope soon, but I miss them and I know that they can reach anything they can dream.
So nice of you. It's been really nice meeting with you. And
Yes.
again, thanks for your patience.
Oh, don't worry. Thank you too. Thank you. It was really nice. It was really nice to be here with
Okay,
you.
audience, I hope this session would be really fruitful to you, despite of having terrible internet connection, but she has tried her level best to share the knowledge as per her expertise. It's really appreciable. Would see you with another guest uh, for any other interesting topic for educators or the learners. Be connected with us. Okay, dear Gabriela, thanks again. Take
Thank
care.
you again. Take care. Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.